Hello everyone, and thank you again. I'm going to talk to you about decision making in the first instance. So the first thing when it comes to finding your dream job is actually making that decision about what your dream job looks like, and there's various different things that you need to consider here. If you're sitting here thinking that actually probably one of those things look like your dream job, then I'm probably not going to be able to help you. You should just enjoy the free wine and maybe slip out the back door as soon as you possibly can. But if you're looking at working for the likes of these companies, either as an in-house marketer or at agency side, then perhaps we might be able to help you and we can give you a bit of insight into what that looks like. But when you're coming to thinking about your dream job and where your career is going, you might want to take a few things into consideration, and we've thought of three main things really that perhaps you want to start thinking about now. The first one that's really key is the differences between agency and in-house life. Some of you will already be working in marketing, I assume, and probably already in one of these areas. You might be looking to make a move, you might want to stay in that area, but the things that you need to consider are pretty simple. So, firstly, the obvious one is breadth versus depth. So agency side, the breadth of clients that you have is huge potentially. You might even be working in the same industry sector, but you might be working on different business issues and different communications and different messages that you want to put across. But when you work in-house, obviously, the thing that you're focusing on is really going in depth into those business issues. Like the breadth, like I say, some people prefer to go really drilling deep down into those business issues. The second thing to consider is progression. We quite often get asked about this, which is the best route to go down in terms of quick progression. That's what everyone is really quite interested in their career. In my opinion, and in our opinion generally, agency side does provide a slightly quicker route in terms of progression. When you're in-house, you tend to have quite sort of rigid structures and a slightly smaller marketing team potentially, and you usually, it's not always the case, but quite often you have to wait for somebody to leave above you before you can get promoted, unfortunately. Whereas agency side, they're quite often winning new business. Their goal is to grow that marketing function. It is a marketing function in general. So as soon as they're winning new business, there's the opportunity to get progressed that way. It's a slightly sort of more meritocratic route for progression. And then there's the team around you. So again, as I mentioned, marketing teams, there tends to be fewer people in a company that are working towards that same marketing goal. Whereas obviously agency side, everyone that's in that agency, well, 90% of people that are in that agency are doing a marketing function. You're all working towards the same goals. There's a slightly different sort of more, I guess, a slightly closer knit team when you're in-house, and it's a slightly different, I guess, environment. So it's just something to consider whether you prefer to sort of be one function of a slightly larger machine or part of the same process as everyone else.